If you're still using Holy Guard in PvP, you're playing Paladin the slow way. Switching to Naga Shield completely changes how your fights work. You're not just surviving, but start punishing people for hitting you. And if you're running Sacrifice, this matter more than you think. On paper, Holy Guard looks better. More HP, more healing, more survivability. And if your goal is just to last longer, it works. But once your HP gets high enough, Naga Shield starts doing something else. Instead of just surviving, you start trading. You start applying pressure. Watch this. They take damage back, and that changes how fights play out. It looks good, right? But hold your thought, because here's what most people miss. Reflect Shield doesn't just reduce your damage. It subtracts 50% from your actual physical damage. So, if your physical damage is very low, you lose your damage completely. And this is why blindly copying the build doesn't work. If you have been following my videos, you know that we've been stacking physical damage this whole time. So we can absorb that penalty and still have damage left. So you're not just standing there tanking. You can still deal damage, not in full, but enough to stay in the fight. And that's the difference. You're not trying to burst people down. You're applying pressure while surviving. And the best part is, this build is flexible. If you know you can already tank most of the damage, you don't need Reflect Shield all the time. You can just drop it and go back to full damage. So you're not locked into one playstyle. You can adjust depending on the fight. If you just wanted to understand why Naga Shield works, you're good. But if you want to optimize this for PvP, this is where it gets deeper. Because this is where most players get it wrong. They ask, what build should I use? What should I switch to? Why is yours stronger than mine? But they are not asking the real question. What are you actually building for? Sacrifice Paladin isn't something you casually switch into, especially you're coming from other classes, because you're leaving behind your P attack, magic attack, size cards, race cards, almost everything, because this build scales with HP. So it is not just a switch, it's a commitment. And this is why people got confused. They see something working, then copy it without understanding why. In GVG, I'm fully equipped with my PvP setup. Cards, stats, feathers, everything. But because of how I build this, I only need minimal adjustments. Because from the start, I build it with purpose. Not just for damage, but for pressure, survivability, and presence. So here's how I switch from PvE to PvP, especially on my cards. Same thing with armaments. People are asking about White Wing set. And yes, it looks strong. More damage, more consistent crit. But that's the trap. People focus on what looks strong, not how it actually works. So let's break it down. Rider set gives you agility scaling. Your attack speed improves naturally. Your attack flow stays smooth. While White Wing, on the other hand, doesn't give you that. Once you switch, it only helps with its set bonus. Now, the real question is, if you go White Wing, how are you going to fix your attack speed? Brooch is the easiest answer. And yes, it helps. But the moment you go Brooch, you lose HP scaling. And for Sacrifice Paladin, HP is not just survivability. It's also part of your damage. So if you can run White Wing set and still reach around 450 attack speed with just using Spirit Quicken and Concentration Potion, and also without relying on brooch, that's already a win. But if you can't, you're better off sticking with rider set. Because if it breaks your attack speed or weaken your HP scaling, then it's not actually strong. Same thing with accessories. People ask brooch, golden foot, or necklace. But the first question is not which is better. It is what armament are you running. If you're on white wing set, brooch is almost required. This is to catch up your attack speed, but that shouldn't be permanent. If you're on rider set, you have more flexibility. You can go golden foot or necklace. Personally, I lean towards golden foot because in PvP, healing taken and physical damage reduction usually gives more value than just a raw HP. But if your playstyle prefers a bigger HP pool, necklace still works. So now everything connects. If you want to run Naga Shield, you also need to think about your HP scaling. And Naga Shield isn't always better. Holy Guard is still best for PvE, while Naga is for PvP. Most builds don't fail because they are weak. They fail because the player doesn't understand what they are building for. And in PvP, that shows immediately. By the way, Cavalier Mastery already got the adjustments. If you want to see how that plays out, you can just check my previous video just right here. And in the next video, we'll be stepping back and look at how everything connects. I'll keep testing, and I'll keep sharing what actually changes over time. And if you have been testing your own setup, let me know what works for you. And if this helps, please consider subscribing. See you in the next update.